Alright, up next we have a familiar face. Remember this guy? BR600. We got our parts. We got some fuel line, fuel pump, fuel filter, gasket, ready to go. Let's get into this one. Alright, let's start off. Let's get this stuff off real quick. We already know how to do this. And then we'll get into the nitty gritty. Here, let's go. There we go. Oh yeah, don't forget these. Don't forget these guys. Boom. Well there, yep. Get this out. There we go. Oh, lost that guy. Just like last time. Put it right back in there. Get this guy out of there, that guy out of there. There we go. Now, fuel line. Remember, this one was broke right here. Snapped right off of there. We're gonna go ahead and replace both of them. The gasket behind here, remember, was broken off. What else we got? Fuel pump, fuel filter. Call this primer ball, fuel pump, what have you. But yeah, let's get in there. Let's quickly take this stuff right off. Get this carburetor off. Get this guy off. That guy off. Out here. And get these pushed up here. Get off of there. A little shimmy, a little shake. A little shimmy shake and come right off there. Out of there. Off there. Out of there. Oh, nope, that's gone. That's gone now. It's in the abyss. Yeah, that's our little brass insert that goes in here. Fell down into the abyss there. Alright. I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, I sees it. I hope you can see that. It's right there. It's right there. If you can see it. Alright. Let's fish that out right now so we don't forget about her. Got my handy dandy grab it here. Now we're gonna very gently open it. I hope you can see this. I don't know if you can, but I think I got it. Is that a first round? Look at that. There it is. I'm gonna place that right there. Here we go. Well, that was good. Better than I thought it was gonna go. And now we can really see that broken line right here. That's gonna be gone. It is very tough to kind of even bend. So it's just getting old. Which is fine. Happens to the best of it. Get that off of there. Off of there. Out of there. And it's not going to come off easy. Of course, I wouldn't expect it to. And here's a gasket we're replacing. We'll just go ahead and rip that off just like a little band-aid there. Hate to see you go. But it's gone. We're going to take some doing to get this off of that side and this side. Let's do it. Actually, as I stand here and look at it, we don't need this guy. So I'm actually just going to get it off of this side. Which is easier said than done. Sometimes. I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it with the side of the... Can it pull? Nope. Now see, that's a problem there. I'm just gonna cut it straight down. Get it off of there. Oh, good. Good. That's exactly what we needed to happen. Yep. That's okay. Everything's fine. Will this come off of here, or what are we doing? This is unbelievable. We're gonna cut it. Let's cut it. Cut the Band-Aid off. Now very gently, with the even pressure straight down it. There it goes. While we're here, there we go. We have one off. And now see if we can get this little one off. Hopefully it won't be such a pain. It's gonna be a pain. No, not a pain at all. There we go. And now, look at this here. You know what that's doing? Not going in the trash can. That's what that's doing. Off. Off. We'll just leave that right there for a moment. This is going good. This is going good. Alright, I actually went and picked that up because we're going to use it to measure out our new line. So, let's hold that right up against there, down to the curb. Straight like that. Kind of curve a little bit. And then remember, about, oh, I'd say this much was on the end of that little line. So there we go. New line for that guy. Now it is. Now it will be. Next new line, you know, I can't catch a break. Lined up nicely. Just gonna kind of work our way down. There we go. We didn't lose any of this one, but I'm still gonna give it just a little bit more, just to be in case. Now, come on. Bucket. That was the bucket shot. That's what we wanted. So, we know what this, adding up the notches here, and this was on the bottom one. So that's the bottom one. Feed that right in. And before we push it in, let's go ahead and make this a little easier on ourselves. Push that in. And that's ready to go. Just as easy as that. We can already kind of route this too. You can see it's got the holders here, handy dandy holders. Then it's going to go straight into there. Next new line is going to go onto here. The bottom. And then comes up and goes onto our carburetor. There we go. Fuel lines. Let's go ahead just for funsies while it's out. Hook up that one and we'll push that, get that back down in there. Get that back down in there. Point it out the correct way. And pushed back down into the grommet. Yep. That's gonna take some doing. Let's do that now. So I have some super secret liquid here from STIHL. And we're just gonna drip that all the way around it. Now let's see if that makes that a little bit easier to push down in there. Now this super secret. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. Bam. See how easy that was with this? That's why we don't talk about this. You might be able to find it on STIHL, and it's an actual lubricant that evaporates. So you can use, it's safe to use this lubricant on things like this and gas rings because it evaporates. It's real slippery. It goes in. I will look up the actual. It's old, and I use it sparingly. But there was a label on here at one time. You can go to STIHL and look up STIHL lube and you'll find it on there. I'm sorry I don't have the actual part number or anything, but you can see how much easier that, and now it's in there solid. That'll evaporate off, seal, Easy as that. Go on STIHL and see if you can find that. I wish I had the part number for it, but I don't. I will look it up here very shortly. I actually found it right here. Press fluid OH723. There's your part number. $3.16. That's our mystery fluid. That stuff is amazing. I highly recommend it. It makes life a little bit easier, and it evaporates off. It's real good stuff. There's your part number. Press fluid. Alright, back at the farm. We're going to put the carburetor here back on. Let's go ahead and start with this little guy here. Push that right in. Oh, you know what we don't want to forget is this this handy dandy gasket here. So we're going to take this back off, put this onto it. You can see these handy dandy little notches there. There's little holes that actually line up with notches, and you give it, just press your finger on it and it'll go right around it and actually hold it. It'll hold it for you right there. How nice is that, huh? Now we're going to put this guy on here. Put it back in there. Let's go ahead, hook up our fuel line. There's our fuel line. On. Might as well while we're here. Go ahead and route that in that second line. Look at how nice that is. Isn't that lovely? It's just so lovely. We have those on. Let's not forget about throttle cable. And right in there. Look at that. 3 in a row. Look at how lovely. Perfect. Gonna get this in the back. Flip these over so they kind of lean towards the back just like that. Kind of like Fat Joe. Leaning towards the back. Impulse hose on right here. Don't ever forget that. And then we're just going to get it hooked on there. Hooked on the bottom one. Don't forget to let's run our line up and into its appropriate holder. Goes right up there. I hope you see that. Hope you see that line right in there. And see, you can see how the lines are going towards the back and then routed straight up. No kinks, no brakes, new pump, impulse lines on. We're looking good here. This is looking good. We put our brass piece back in there. Don't forget your brass piece. I'm liking this. This is looking good. We're doing good. Hey, carburetor screws. Going in next. There's one. There's the second. Now we know our little trick with this white piece moves up and down. Kind of want to get it where you think it might be, and that's right where it was. Same with the back. In. Pretty easy. This is kids' work here. We're doing great. Everything's working out great here. Did we adjust some valves last? I don't know if on the last video we adjusted valves. Not gonna hurt to check it out. Let's see if we can, how they're looking. Oh. Oh, that landed wrong. Crapola. That's alright. We'll get a new spark plug. See, these things happen. You're gonna have that. You're gonna have that in these big industrial jobs. The things are gonna go wrong. Things are gonna happen. We'll be alright. We're gonna watch for this intake side to move just like that. Once it comes up, watch down the hole for the piston to get at the very top, like top dead center right there, right where that S is underneath that. Pick up. Perfect. We're loose as a goose up here. Let's go ahead. Have a gander. Oh, that feels nice. Ah, we adjusted them last time, so there's no need to adjust them again. But see, I feel better. I feel, more confident. Bowser in spec. I like it. Alright. Spark plug's going back in. There we go. Nice and easy. Now it's time for this. We'll route this accordingly. Just back behind these two tabs. We can see where it was held last time right there. We're going to make sure that brass insert is still in there, which it is. Tighten it down. Hit the other side. Now we have that locked in. Everything's locked in. These are not locked in. And now we're locked in. Put that back on there. This back onto here. Oh, I heard that. Now you hear that little pink? That's what that was. That's coming out. So to remedy said situation, because these will fall out, like that one's coming out, and we already seen that one fall out. I take my trusty magnets here. I'll use this one just in case I don't have my third. Take your magnets. Attach. Attach. And attach. I also turn this just a little bit so the magnet's not really lined up with any of them. But this, look at that, they stay on there. It stays in there. And I'll tell you what, that helps tremendously in some situations where these things are just so worn out they don't even, look at that, there they go, right on there. Don't forget your plastic piece up and on, other side up and on. Oh, we're not in the slot here. Want to make sure that tab, when we pull it back out, goes in that slot like there. And then put the plastic back on. Plastic's on. See, that went on nice and easy, and then look at this. They're all there waiting for me. Tighten them down like so. I mean, this is just going swimmingly. Couldn't be happier to tell ye. That guy in there. That guy in there. This guy in there. Last one is in. Back on. Tighten it up. We gotta use this screw. See, the other one is not there. Here we go. She's back together. Alright, we have one more thing to do, don't we? Put this guy on. That's going on now. Now you can see, this is my bucket, pretty clean. You're gonna see how much debris is in the bottom of this, which is why we're putting a new fuel filter on. Here we go. I'm just gonna dump this right out into here. Oh, wow. Now, there's probably still a little bit in there, but look at all that. Look at that. That's how much debris was in there, clogging up their old fuel filter in there. That's why we do that. I'm gonna also blow this out. Then we're gonna put our new fuel filter on there. If we have a look in there, it looks pretty good. Feeling good. Alright, now that I've fished that out of there, taking off the fuel filter, so you can see some debris on there. Gonna put the new one on. Get it in there and let her go. I'm just gonna adjust it right. Which is like, how are you gonna adjust it? Well, There's a big old bed in there, and it's just gonna sit right on the bottom. I want to make sure it's on the bottom, nice and loose, so it sucks up all that good, delicious fuel. Let's fill her up. Let's get it filled up. This thing's gonna start and run like you wouldn't believe. Oh yeah, she thirsty. There we go. That'll enough. Oh, half a tank there. That'll do. Alright, feeling pretty confident. Let's see if she primes up. Might take a minute for the juices to start flowing here. But we should start seeing something here in a second. Any second here. Maybe not. Nope, we got nothing. Still not priming. That's not a bad thing. Alright, so I'm gonna actually put this on its side, maybe upside down a little bit, see if we can't get some gas flowing through there. It's upside down. Nothing. Alright. Looks like we're not gonna run. Got no gas. Got no gas flow. Let's go in the carburetor. I don't know. Because a couple days ago I've done a few things in between there. I can't remember if we did go in the carburetor at all. But yeah, we're definitely not ooh, there's a lot of pressure in the tank. Have a look at that fuel filter as I'm pushing it, see what's happening. Now normally when it's not priming like this, I'm not seeing no bubbles come out, no nothing. Some of that debris we saw in here, oh look, it's already cloudy. Some of that debris could have broken off and clogged up the carburetor. Well, let's get in the carburetor, see if we can't clear it out, see if we can't get some gas flowing. I'm not seeing it do anything. Alright, I tried one more thing and I got some to start flowing now. I actually pulled this a few times. Look at that. I pulled it a few times to try and get the gas flowing, and it actually did. And it's about to start up right now, I think. Knew I was gonna do that. And there we go. So we did get it to prime after pulling this a few times. We did adjust the carburetor on it. I'm going to tinker with it a little bit more. But we got it to start up and run. See if it'll do it again. Right up. There we go. On to the next one. This one was a fun one.